Welcome back, guys. And today we are checking out the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Maybe it's still worth buying now. And this phone back then is what one of the best phone you can buy. But up to date, we still want to check. Maybe you can still buy this phone in 2024. Without further ado, let's jump into this video. First of all, this phone was released back in 2019, and it was arguably the best phone you can buy back then because come with a whole lot of new features that you can get on a smartphone back then. First off, let's talk about the design. The front will have the chrome Gorilla glass, which is strong back then, and the frame is aluminium. And also at the back, you have the glass at the back also. The design is still a top notch, up to date. The design still looks fantastic. Only the downside for me here is the big notch on the front screen. The big notch is a big turn off for me because now we have the dynamic island or the newer iPhone. Aside from that, you still good to go. You can still rock up this phone and do whatever you like with it. The design wise is still good. You can still get this phone if you are just for the design. The design is still a fantastic one in 2024. Now let's check about the battery. The battery here is not good enough. We have the 3900 mAh battery, which won't last you all day long. I mean, 3900 mAh battery is not enough today. 3500 mAh battery is pretty small. You can argue with me that most of these phones today come with 5000 mAh battery, 6000, 5500 higher battery capacity. And this phone coming with 3900 mAh battery is not the best one. And if I into battery, if you want your phone to last for the long, this one is not for you. But if you don't really care about the battery, you can still get this phone. If I give you this phone, you can make sure you get a power bank so that you just run out of battery anytime when you need the phone very urgently. And also let's talk about the performance here. Coming with this phone, we have the Bionic A13 chipset, which was one of the best chipsets back in 2019. This chipset can run your games, can run any task you throw at it smoothly without any lag back then. And up to today, you can still use this chipset to run some of these games you are still playing, like Call of Duty, PUBG, Free Fire. You can still run it smoothly without any lag. And mind you, it will only be at low graphics or medium graphics. If you're trying to max it out, that means you are stretching out the chipset because these days you have the A16 Bionic chipset and A17 way more powerful chipset than the A13 chipset. So mind you, processing power of this phone is still decent, but it's not as great as today. And this phone is still a good one if we are talking about the performance. It's still got to cover. Now also this phone comes with 4 GB of RAM. 4 GB of RAM is decent for a smartphone because these days we have phone with 8 GB, 12 GB of RAM. Some of the latest iPhone come with 8 GB of RAM, which is fantastic. But this phone coming with 4 is not really bad. It's still okay for today. You can still use it for your basic tasks, your games, your whatever it is, you can still use it pretty much well. 4 GB of RAM is not too small. And also the memory, it comes with 64 GB of memory, all the way up to 512 GB of memory, depending on the one you choose. Depending on the model you choose, you have the 64 version, 128, 256, and 512 GB of memory. And I'm advising you, if I was going to get one, make sure you get the 512 GB of memory or the 256 GB of memory because this phone does not have any SD card slot. That means you won't be able to expand the memory. Imagine you go for the 64 GB of RAM and you are stuck with the 64 GB of RAM and 64 GB of ROM, I mean, and you are stuck there, you can't expand it. So that would be a big turn off for you and that would be a great threat for you. So the better thing to do is just to go for the 256 GB of room or the 512 GB of room for enough space. But if you are the type of person that don't use much of your phone storage, you can still go for the 128 GB of room to still get to cover. And this phone is also a great one for the memory and for the RAM. It's great. Performance also is one of the best also. Now let's talk about the camera. Come with it, we have the front facing camera of 12 megapixel camera, And the rear we have triple cameras here. We have 12 megapixel wide camera, 12 megapixel telephoto, and 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. This phone can still shoot amazing videos and can still capture amazing pictures till date because coming with like the processing power of this phone is great. Like you can still capture 4K videos on the rear facing camera and also at the front facing camera. The picture quality are still great, are still top notch. Of course, it's iPhone. What do we expect? iPhone produce much better video quality from their phones, and also the front camera is also great. It can capture great selfies. It can shoot 4K video, and also it has image stabilization, which is also great. For the camera aspect, is fantastic. You can still get your done job. But the camera aspect is fantastic. It can still get the job done for you. If you are not, if I, for the camera aspect is fantastic. It can still get the job done for you if you're into budget. And also, let's talk about the OS. Coming here, from the box, the iPhone 11 Pro Max come with iOS 13, which can be upgraded to iOS 17.4, which is great. One thing I love iPhone about is that they support longer software updates than most of this Android phone right now. And concerning the software, I think I won't get to show you here. Like the iPhone has cleared it up, you can upgrade it from the iOS 13 come from the world to iOS 17.4, which is still decent and still good for its money. And this phone is one of the best phone you can buy right, right now, even on a budget. And also, this phone don't come with the audio jack anymore. No more audio jack. You only have the lightning port. That's it. If you want to use your phone, you can use the wireless phone or the one with the lightning port cable. And also, this phone is still worth buying even into budget in 2024. And it's still a great phone to consider buying because of its build quality and its performance. Thank you for watching this video. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel and watch out for my next video.